It's a serene morning in Desert Springs, Texas. The sun is just starting to rise, casting long shadows over the dusty roads. The camera zooms in on Dorothy Richards, a 65-year-old woman who's seen it all. There she is, standing at her farm stand, arranging fresh tomatoes with the kind of precision that only comes from years of experience. But as peaceful as it looks, this town is about to become ground zero for something far bigger, something darker. Behind Dorothy, her two German shepherds, Major and Chief, are on high alert. They're not just your average pets. They patrol the perimeter with military precision. Their every movement sharp and calculated. These dogs have earned Purple Hearts, not for sitting on a couch or chasing a ball, but for their service in Afghanistan and Iraq. They've faced danger head-on and survived, just like their owner, who spent decades training military K-9 units. Dorothy's life has been defined by loyalty, service, and courage, but right now, she's unaware that everything she's fought for is about to be tested in ways she could never imagine. Suddenly, her sharp eyes catch something. A black SUV rolls slowly through the town, creeping past her farm stand. It's not the usual local traffic, and it's moving too cautiously. Her dog's ears perk up, and they freeze. Major and Chief have sensed it. There's something wrong. Dorothy doesn't flinch. She's seen these patterns before. She's trained dogs to handle explosive situations, to detect threats from miles away. And right now, she's feeling that old familiar tension. She casually mentions to her neighbor, Peter, and the local off-duty cop, Chris, that this is the third time this week she's seen the same vehicle. It's a black SUV with different plates, clearly not local, and Dorothy knows exactly what that means. The cartel. She mutters, her voice low but firm. They're pushing north, taking over businesses, setting up smuggling routes, and using whatever they can to establish a foothold. But Dorothy's different. She's not just some civilian to be scared of. She's a trained military K-9 handler with two war veterans at her side. She doesn't panic. She's ready. She's fought battles before. And this time, her dogs will fight with her. The calm before the storm is over. And the storm? It's coming. But Dorothy isn't going to run. She's going to stand her ground and protect her home. Because here, in this small town in Texas, the cartel has made one fatal mistake. They think they're dealing with a vulnerable farmer, but they're wrong. The real battle is just about to begin. And it's not going to be a fight they can win. As the camera pans across Dorothy and her dogs, the tension rises. And you know that something big is about to unfold, and you don't want to miss it. The air is thick with tension as the cartel, led by the ruthless Marco Ramirez, moves in on Dorothy's quiet farm stand. It all seems so simple to them, just a small-town business, ripe for the taking. But they've made one crucial mistake. They have no idea who they're dealing with. They think they can scare Dorothy into submission, that she's just an old woman who runs a small stand. What they don't realize is that Dorothy isn't just a farmer. She's a war veteran. And her dogs, they've fought in some of the deadliest conflicts around the world. Major and Chief are more than just pets. They're military veterans, Purple Heart recipients, trained to face enemies far more dangerous than cartel thugs. As the black SUV pulls up and the cartel men start stepping out, Dorothy stands still, watching. Her dog's eyes never leave them, and neither does hers. They remain poised, deceptively calm, as Major and Chief adjust their positions, almost as if they're waiting for a command. But no command is needed. They know exactly what to do. These are dogs who've tracked insurgents across Afghan mountains, dogs who've neutralized threats before they ever had a chance to strike. Dorothy turns to Peter, the seasoned rancher, and Chris, the off-duty cop, who knows the dangers of this region all too well. They've trained for moments like this, preparing for an attack, setting up defenses, and watching each other's backs. As the cartel members move closer, Dorothy doesn't flinch. She calmly assesses the situation. Let them think they have the upper hand. She says, "They don't know what's coming." Her hand drops to Major's head, and a low growl rumbles from his throat, quiet but deadly. The message is clear. You've made a big mistake. Peter and Chris exchange a look, ready for whatever's next. Dorothy's voice is steady, her resolve unshakable. They think we're just a farm stand. She murmurs, but they're about to find out they're walking into a trap they can't escape. The dogs remain silent, but their muscles tense, their instincts on high alert. It's not just about guarding a farm. It's about protecting everything that matters. Dorothy's farm, her town, her family. It's all worth fighting for. And she knows that today, the cartel isn't going to get what they expect. Not while Major and Chief are on the job. The stage is set, and the cartel men have no idea what they're about to walk into. They think they can intimidate, but they'll soon learn this isn't just a farm stand. This is a battleground, and they've already lost. The trap has been set, and every move they make will have consequences. The clock is ticking, and the hunt is on. The sun beats down on the quiet desert town of Desert Springs. But things are about to heat up in a way no one expected. The cartel, realizing they can't scare Dorothy into submission, doubles down. They send in everything they've got: rockets, assault teams, and more firepower than anyone should need to take out a farm stand. But what they don't realize is that they've picked the wrong target. This isn't just a quiet farm. This is Dorothy's home, and it's protected by more than just fences and gates. Major and Chief, two of the deadliest K9s to ever walk the earth, have fought in wars, defused bombs, and saved countless lives. Today, they're about to show the cartel just how wrong they were. As the first rocket explodes on the horizon, the dogs spring into action, their movements like clockwork. Major's eyes narrow, and Chief, alert as ever, shifts into a flawless combat stance. The dogs are already miles ahead of the cartel soldiers, anticipating their every move, while the cartel thinks they've brought enough firepower to take over Desert Springs. They've overlooked one critical factor. The dogs are veterans of a far deadlier battlefield than they could ever imagine. Major and Chief work together with military precision, flanking the cartel soldiers with ease. It's as if they've been playing this game their entire lives. Because, in a sense, they have. The cartel soldiers never even see them coming. The dogs slip through the chaos, taking out threats before they even have a chance to react. Every strike is calculated, every move executed with perfect timing. Dorothy's plan is coming to life, and it's working flawlessly. But the cartel isn't about to back down that easily. Realizing that they're losing the battle, they call in their reinforcements. Former Special Forces mercenaries, led by El Phantasma himself. The air is thick with tension as the cartel leader surveys the scene, expecting to crush any resistance with the weight of his army. But when he and his team approach, they're met with an unexpected force. Dorothy's old combat teams, battle-hardened and ready to fight. What the cartel doesn't know is that these aren't just veterans of Desert Springs. These are the same men and women who fought side by side with Dorothy in the most dangerous war zones in the world. And now, they're ready to fight for their home, with Major and Chief leading the charge. The cartel's perfect plan begins to unravel. But just as things seem to be going in favor of Dorothy and her team, the cartel pulls off a desperate move. They breach the perimeter and push through one of the defense lines. It's a setback, and one of Dorothy's handlers is injured in the chaos. But the dogs don't flinch. They don't hesitate. Shadow and Diego, two more of Dorothy's trusted K9s, spring into action, neutralizing the new threats while also providing vital medical support to their handler. The battle rages on, with the dogs working in tandem with their handlers. Each move is calculated. Each strike is a step toward victory. The cartel's trained mercenaries may have once been elite forces, but they've never faced an adversary like Major and Chief. These dogs aren't just fighting for survival. They're fighting to protect their home. And with every strike they make, the cartel realizes more and more that they're in the wrong place at the wrong time. The battle is far from over. But Dorothy, Major, and Chief have made one thing clear. The cartel underestimated them, and they will soon learn that some enemies should never be underestimated, especially when the defenders are battle-tested warriors like Dorothy and her K9 heroes. The sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the battlefield of Desert Springs. The air is thick with tension, as El Phantasma, the cartel leader, prepares for his final assault. He's underestimated the power of the bond between Dorothy and her dogs, and now he's about to pay the price. With everything he's got left, El Phantasma leads his last push, charging forward with his remaining forces. But he's about to learn the most painful lesson of all when it comes to the battlefield. There are some enemies you simply can't outfight. Dorothy and her dogs have seen it all, the worst of humanity, the deepest darkness, and still they stand. As El Phantasma's men charge, they face a force more deadly than any cartel they've ever faced. Rex 2 and Ghost, the fiercest K9s to ever walk the earth, are the tip of the spear. With flawless coordination and military precision, they spring into action. The two dogs, veterans of the toughest battlefields, lead the charge. Their every move is calculated. Their every strike a death sentence for the cartel. They move like shadows, invisible but deadly, outflanking El Phantasma's forces in a stunning display of tactical brilliance. In the chaos, El Phantasma realizes too late his men are scattered, his forces falling apart. The once feared cartel leader finds himself trapped, surrounded by a team of military-trained dogs, each one a veteran of war, each one deadly in their own right. The cartel leader, desperate to escape, finally faces the truth. They've been outmatched by creatures he thought were just pets. But these dogs, these warriors, have proven him wrong. As the cartel retreats, defeated and broken, the battlefield falls silent. The dust settles. El Phantasma's men flee, and Dorothy's farm stands victorious. Her bond with Major, Chief, Rex 2, and Ghost has carried her through the fiercest of battles. As she stands among her dogs, a quiet sense of triumph fills the air. The dogs are more than just warriors. They are her family. And together, they protected Desert Springs from an enemy far too powerful to underestimate. As the dawn breaks, the damage is assessed. The farm, though scarred by battle, stands strong, a testament to the courage and unwavering loyalty of its defenders. Dorothy and her dogs regroup, their bond stronger than ever. The battle may be over, but the victory is just the beginning. Word of the dogs' heroic action spreads, catching the attention of federal agencies and military officials. Hope Valley's methods of training military dogs, methods developed through years of sacrifice and combat, are seen as the future of military K9 operations. As the town rebuilds, Dorothy stands tall, knowing that she and her dogs have shown the world what true loyalty, bravery, and love for home really mean. Desert Springs will always be a place worth fighting for, and with Major, Chief, Rex 2, and Ghost by her side, Dorothy knows the fight will never be over. As the camera pans across the farm, the dogs stand watch, silent, vigilant, and ready for whatever comes next. Because in Desert Springs, some warriors never rest. Some warriors never give up. And the battle for this town, it's always just beginning. Thanks for watching. If you think these dogs deserve the recognition they've earned, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave us a comment below. What's your favorite part of the story? Let us know. And stay tuned for more incredible tales of bravery, loyalty, and the dogs that make it all possible. Dorothy stands with Major and Chief by her side, their eyes still alert. Even as the dust settles from the battle, Dorothy, smiling, but with a fierce glint in her eyes. What you've witnessed today is the true potential of military dogs. Major and Chief, they're not just pets, they're warriors. Trained for the toughest battles and the highest stakes. You saw how they protected their home, their community, and the people they love. And they did it with unwavering loyalty. She pauses. As the camera zooms in on the dogs standing proudly at her side, Dorothy, make sure you're subscribed. Because tomorrow, we've got even more incredible stories coming your way. These K9 heroes are changing the game. And we're here to show you how military and law enforcement dogs are reshaping defense as we know it. Dorothy gestures toward the screen, her voice sincere and passionate. Dorothy, and hey, we want to hear from you. What do you think about the future of K9 units? How are dogs like Major and Chief changing the way we look at security and defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And stay tuned for more stories of bravery, loyalty, and teamwork. The camera fades to black as the sound of Major and Chief's paws on the ground echoes, preparing for the next mission. Stay tuned, because the battle is far from over. The camera slowly pans across the peaceful town of Desert Springs. Now secured and bathed in the golden light of dawn, the camera lingers on Major and Chief as they silently patrol the streets, their sharp eyes scanning the horizon, every muscle coiled and ready. The sun rises over a town that's been forever changed, once a quiet, peaceful community, now a symbol of strength and resilience. The camera shifts to Dorothy, standing proudly by her farm stand, watching her dogs protect the town she's fought to defend. The distant hum of morning life begins to stir as the people of Desert Springs carry on. Unaware of the epic battle that took place just hours earlier, the camera focuses back on the dogs, Major and Chief. Their battle scars visible, but their spirits unbroken. The camera slowly fades to black as their patrol continues. A reminder that in this town, no threat will ever go unchallenged again. Voiceover. Some enemies are best left unchallenged, but others, like the Cartel, are met with something stronger than greed or fear. Loyalty, honor, and the unbreakable bond between these war dogs and their handlers. Major and Chief have proven that there's nothing more powerful than the love and respect shared between a soldier and their dog. Together, they fought back the storm. And together, they stand guard over this town forever. The screen fades to black as the sound of Major and Chief's paws on the ground echoes. A constant reminder of the warriors watching over Desert Springs. Some battles are won not by force, but by the strength of bonds forged in the fires of war. And here, in Desert Springs, those bonds will never break. And